Bravo. All right, so um, I have a bunch of stuff up here, as you're gonna see in a second. Um, hey Loki. So I've basically been on a tear with this today. It's all stuff for the upcoming play. I did a couple of those things. So obviously you saw the Oh, it's okay. I'm trying to get it done before later because I won't be around for a couple hours in this evening. And then I didn't want to do it too late because I know a lot of us, myself included, I didn't get any sleep, and I know some people got less sleep than they would have liked, so I feel bad. Um, at any point, you guys can come back and reference this. This will be uploaded if you need to be. So, um, I'm gonna go to my saved mods folder. Uh, did I add them here? Did I add them? I added them somewhere else. Okay, let me close this. I'll go to my mods. So these are mine, or things that I've worked on. So I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it correctly, but the Iorvarath armor, I think that's how it's pronounced. That's the armor set that you saw my Bosmer wearing earlier. Okay. And then, there was another one. Did I add it into this by accident? No, I didn't. That's the zip file. Okay. So don't worry about that. Um, I don't think I actually added it to my saved mods. It's not a problem. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are on um, Nexus for the LE, for the contractor's armor. This is obviously LE, and if you look at oh, give me 1 second, guys. I have to answer this. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Back here. Had to take that, unfortunately. Hope it didn't freeze. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, Mike. Yeah, it's, Yorveth? Yorveth. I can't pronounce it. It doesn't matter. It looks cool. That's all I care about. Um, and of course, as soon as I get into doing what I'm trying to do, my phone rings. I'm not going to be answering it next time. We're going to be doing the contractor armor. So you could see if this was just textures to an existing armor, this would probably be okay. It's not. It's got meshes. It's got models. So they have to be converted over. Um, yeah. Color on your phone, not on my phone. I'm busy. Um, so we're gonna convert this over. I'm gonna do the male only since my character is gonna be male. There is a female version. It's almost double the size. Don't know what that's about. Um, looks like there's less files. This looks like there's a little more detail in the textures. It is what it is. Um, you'll notice in a case like this actually has an ESP, which is great. If a mod doesn't have an ESP, if it's just meshes and textures, don't worry about it. You can create a dummy ESP in the creation kit. So first things first, you're gonna download it. You're gonna do the same thing you would do with an SC mod, right? It is gonna download. There it is. We are going to do the same thing we would do. This is just the contractor armor, so I'm going to make sure the name is the same. We're going to make sure the data directory is set. Still do this as if you're installing any other mods, so it looks good. Okay. There it is. You don't have to activate it. Um, I'm just gonna put it here. I am gonna activate it, but it's not gonna matter to me. It's gonna go right there anyway. Now you'll see I got this little notification, Form 43 plugin detected, contractor armor. Well, we can't have that. Okay, we can't have a Form 43 mod, so let's deactivate it. Obviously, you see the notification go away. First step is you have to convert it to Form 44. It's really simple to do. Okay, you are going to want to bring up your games data, well, your Skyrim Special Edition folder right here. Okay, you're going to navigate to data. Now, normally your data folder is clean if you're running MO2. In this case, it's not. You're going to also pull up where your mods are located. For me, that's, your user, my name, app data local, mod organizer, MO2. This should be under C for contractor armor. And what I like to do is take the ESP, throw it right into my data folder. I also take the textures and meshes. These aren't really going to matter. I throw them in there anyway to be safe. We're going to be putting them right back into these folders, so don't close them out, just minimize them. Okay. I can minimize MO2. So you're going to launch the creation kit. I launched Bethesda Launcher first. If there's any updates or anything that needs to be done, you want this up first because it'll tell you. There's a tiny little window like right here that'll tell you if it needs an update. Load up your creation kit. See you later. What's going on, bud? Alright, you can see obviously the CK loaded right up for me pretty quickly. These are just your logs. You could delete that, don't worry about it. What you're gonna do is there's contractor armor ESP. Now remember, it's Form 43. Double click on it, set that as active, okay? It doesn't have any requirements, I already checked, okay? Hit OK. You're gonna load the Form 43 mod up in the CK. It's a couple tools, and I'll show you the other tools that you need for it. It's really pretty simple, and I wanted to use something simple. I didn't want to use the house mod, um, because that was a lot of work, and it was tedious. Okay, so everything seems to loaded fine, right? You're gonna go to File and hit Save. That's it. You're done. It's now Form 44. It's just that simple. You can close out your creation kit. You can close up Bethesda Launcher. You're not done though. So what I like to do is, now this is the mod path for the contractor armor. You see the only thing that's left in there is the meta ini. Okay, that's fine. Keep that there. I have created on my desktop a working folder. I name it contractor armor. Anytime I'm using a working folder, I always name it whatever the mod is that I'm working with. You can name it working folder. You can name it whatever you'd like to. Okay, so I'm going to open this. I'm going to take the meshes, the textures, and the contractor armor ESP, and we're going to plop them right in here. Okay, you can minimize your special edition folder, your game folder, whatever. But keep it around. Okay, and close this out. This should populate. When you open this up, you'll see my meshes, my textures, my ESP. The meshes have to be properly converted over as well. SSE NIF Optimizer is this. Okay, it's a handy tool. You can get it on Nexus. I believe you can get it on GitHub. Okay, make sure you have the up-to-date version of it. If things on here look like they're unfamiliar, don't really worry about it. Unless you're doing NPCs which require head parts only will be unticked. Everything else, calculate bounds, clean skinning, remove parallax if parallax is on a LA mod. Okay, everything else is perfectly fine. I leave everything default. You want it to choose SSE as the target version. First thing we're going to do, we have to direct it. Now you're going to see meshes, actors, character, face gen data, face geom. Okay, don't worry about that. All right, meshes, armor's the same thing. Contractor armor, you can see all the meshes right here. You want the meshes folder right there. Browse. And you're going to point it to your desktop. You're going to want to point it to this folder because this is right now where all of the files are. So hit browse. Desktop, we're on desktop, and it's going to be contractor armor set. If it wants to go, select meshes. Once you, let me see if I can get this. It's going to be hard since I can't really maximize that. Select meshes, folder meshes. You're going to select it, okay? It's going to default here. If you need to see it, I'll scroll over so you see meshes there at the bottom. Okay. Um, all you do is you're going to hit optimize. It's going to work. It's either going to work really quick or you'll see a small green bar. You ready? There it goes. Your meshes have all been converted. That's it. You have a nice little nif optimizer.txt txt to tell you exactly, and this will always populate to the lowest left-hand part over here, depending on how you have your PC set up, your desktop, okay? This is all of the information. It tells you info. 24 files were found. It's got the file path. It tells you remove vertex colors from shapes for the gloves. You could read all the information. Anything that was done right here, this is all of your working information, right? Success, saved file, program finished. It's done. You know, you can close this out. This text you don't need. Keep it handy just in case you do. If you want to read over what it is, that's fine. When you go back in here to meshes, armor, contractor, so these have all been moderately adjusted. The file size is going to be slightly different. Some cases it'll, it'll be completely different. Other than that, should be okay. Okay. So you can close NIF Optimizer. Now, we're still not done because there are textures. And specifically, we have 3 other categories which may break into other categories. What I was using, and I'll move this over a little closer so it's out of the way, is I use paint.net. I know GIMP is another one. I think probably more people are familiar with GIMP. I'm not. I've never used it before. I would assume it would be the same way. We need to basically convert the textures to a BC7 format. You don't have to. Textures themselves on their own will be fine. You just want them as optimized as possible. So once this is open, it's pretty simple. You go to your textures folder, open it up. The first one we'll look at is actors. If there's anything in here, it'll show here at the end. There's not. Don't worry about like the face gen data. There won't be any for an armor. It's got this in there because eventually a NPC will fill that. If you were working with an NPC, then you would have face gen data. Okay. I'm just showing you this to show you that there's nothing at the end of this, and if you got worried, don't worry about it. Textures, go to armor, contractor. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there's 17 here, and 17 need to be converted. Okay? The N, the underscore N should be the normals, and then the base.dds are the mods. It's real simple to do. Go one by one. Take your time when you do this, okay? Keep these two side by side. Start with the first upper left one, work your way across the row. Go down here, same thing, okay? We'll start with the top one. Ready? You literally just left click hold, plop it in. Open the image here, okay? You're not going to recognize this stuff, or you might, you know. You're going to do something and it's really, really simple. Hey Mel, welcome. When no one answers in Campfire, go to YouTube. Yep, we're all here. Okay. Go to File, go to Save. It's going to give you a prop window. BC7 linear, DX11 plus. BC7 compression mode, normal. You don't have to change anything here unless you know exactly what you need changed. This also generates maps. Okay. Just hit OK. There. Did it. This one's done. Go to the next one. Plop it in. Open. Okay. Don't worry about it. File. Save. It's going to be identical to what the last one was. You're just going to save it. Hit OK. Okay. I'm going to keep doing this. You're going to watch me do this. So this one is the belt normal.dds. Okay. Save. BC7 compression. Takes a little bit for some of them. Now I'm going to start to get a little bit faster. You're going to see some other ones here. File. Save. Computing 100%. There it is. This one's a little bit more. You'll notice the icon will change too. This is standard for SC mods. So if you know, or if you've been working in the CK and you've seen something like this, like a small little notepad, my icons default to this. Yours may not. Yours may default to what the original icon is. For whatever reason, mine default to this, and that's how I know this is being changed over. Do the same thing with the coat, right? File, save. You'll see the preview file size 1.3 meg. And then if I hover over it, it's 1.3 megabytes. The normal here. File, save. Everything should stay the same. Computing 100%. There we go. Hit OK. We'll do its thing. I am converting the contractor armor. I'm just doing it as an example. This mod I won't be using. But I've already done several other ones. Here's the thing, and I'm going to preface it by saying do not redistribute these unless you have the original mod author's consent. I am going to be using them for personal play. Okay? Don't redistribute them. Okay? Do the same thing here. Open it up. File. Oop, not save as. Just hit file. Just hit save. We're not changing the name. It's going to calculate 5.3 megabytes. Hit OK. There it goes. The contractor boots, G boots. Open. File. Save. I'll convert it. There we go. This is the normal here. File. Save. 5.3 meg. These are a little bit larger. That's normal. Okay. Yep. As long as everything, once that's 100%, you're good to go. And you just go down the line, plop it in there, file, save. You could change this too. You could see all the other ones. You have all these options. The old, is it the DX, the DXT5, the BC3? BC7 linear. This is what it defaults to, and this is actually what's recommended. If you're doing anything with compression, I'm probably not the best person to talk to. You would really want to talk to somebody like Skeletor in the server, if it comes to other things. And I know sometimes, like, you guys have been around when he's been, talking tech talk. And even I sometimes have to scratch my head and kind of wonder. But if I sit there and I reread what he writes, usually the second or third time I read it, it makes perfect sense to me. He's just been doing it for so much long. He's been doing it, he's got like 9 years on me doing this. So, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning. No, we want this at BC7. Okay. Just hit OK. Where are we at? We're over here. We're almost done with this row. Then we got another row half a row to go. Save. It's 5.3 meg. Okay. Save that. And this is the pants. It's hard to see. Never buy insurance in blackjack. File, save. 5.3 megs, save that. The pants normal map. File, save that. Yep, BC7. These are the contractor plates. This armor has a little bit more. It was a larger file to begin with. And these are metallic. Same thing. And these are the plates normal. This is the normal map for them. That's what people refer to as the normal map. Like I said, I'm still getting used to certain lingo myself, so if it sounds odd with hearing me say it, don't worry about it. It sounds odd to myself. All right. So armor, contractor. Always go back one just to make sure you didn't miss anything. So there's nothing else under contractor. Back up the textures. The cube maps. There's literally just one. Plop it in. Open. File. Save. BC7. Okay. Textures. That's it. You can now close this out. You can now, where is it? Here it is. So here's my file path, right? Take the meshes, the textures, and the ESP that we saved, throw right back in your mods list. This contractor armor set, depending on what you want to do with it, right? If you have permission, hey Loki. Oh, you said I did. I saw that. I saw that. I still can't pronounce it. There's a lot of words I just can't pronounce. So, why are we converting? It's going from LE to SE. This mod is a LE mod with the mesh, so we had to convert the meshes over. The meshes are the important things. The textures are just kind of an extra bonus. And then if you want to do anything else on top of it. Now, you could do a couple things from here. You could, since you have the textures, the ESP, for whatever reason the ESP doesn't want to, alright, doesn't want to move. That's fine. Go back to mods, go back to contractor armor. So now it says meshes, textures, and ESP. If you have the mod author's permission to convert this over and you need to BSA it up, right? It should be as easy as selecting these, right click, 7-zip, add to archive. Contractor armor, 7-zip, just hit OK. You'll get a archived up. This will now be, if I throw this on my desktop, this is how I do a lot of other mods, right? If I want to open this file, it's as simple as right click, 7-zip, extract to contractor armor. It should pop down here with the files. If I open it, there's my meshes, my textures, and my ESP. It's pretty simple. I don't need this for anything right now, so I'm going to delete it. So this is my mod path again. And that's only if you need something in a BSA format. Once you're finished, your working folder that's on the desktop, whatever you name it, and this log can be deleted. You don't need them anymore. Every time you start work on something, always make a new folder. You can name it working folder. You could name it the... Is that what it is? See you later. The BC7 format is a texture compression format used for high quality compression. It just is on SE. Everything that I've seen or I've taken a look at was BC7. Skeletor has been raving about it. So, what's up, Mr. B? So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go in game. I have a couple of them loaded. So now if I see the contractor armor's right here, let me expand this out. So remember, we had this loaded. So if I tick this, now see, we don't get that notification. If you want to double check to make sure you did it right, load up Xedit, right? Select none, and then just go to the one mod you want, which is the contractor armor. Hit OK. It's going to load and do its thing. So we're going to wait for it. And I'll show you how to find out if it's changed from Form 43 to Form 44. It's pretty easy. The handy thing now about MO2 is that if you load a mod that's in that format, it flags it for you immediately, saying, "Hey, we have a Form 43 mod." It's the first thing that I did when I ticked this to activate it. It immediately sent that notification saying, "Hey, Form 43 mod, convert it." That's what it's saying. The textures won't hurt. The meshes need to be converted. It's the main thing. You'll watch it. It'll, still building references, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's finished. Expand contractor armor, check the file header. Under form version, we are now Form 44 right here. So we know that saving it in the creation kit has properly put it into Form 44 for SSE. That's all we needed to know. We don't need to know anything else. Obviously, it'll tell you the author's name. In this case, it's Cyril Frost-Satir. Adds a new set of high-resolution armors to the game. It is male only. If there's any other information in the description, it would usually populate. It's got the master file name, Skyrim ESM. Don't worry about that. You're going to get the notification something's in your overwrite. Don't worry about this. This is stuff you're going to delete. It's just the cache. There it is. Delete it. Okay. So we're going to check in game. I have add item menu. Okay, we should be good. Let me make sure that it's above alternate start. Okay, we're going to run this. I'm going to close my display capture real quick. I could show you the home mod too. I'm really ditch DTX5 and start using linear BC7. Well, yeah, isn't that what that is? It is linear BC7. That's what I had selected. DTX normal map should no longer be DT or DXT5 for SE. The difference is night and day. Yep. And my Bosmer should already be wearing the armor as I did before. You'll be able to see that. Basically, yep. Alright, you guys should be able to see that in a second. We're gonna load up my test. You could already see he's wearing the one set of armor I did already. He has a weapon too. I did a bow and a quiver and arrows. So captain's armor. And there's two sets in this actually. This is the one that I did earlier, right? Which is pretty high quality. So if you look at my character in the light, it's pretty high quality. It's good stuff, right? Okay. So this is the one that I did before. I will be using this armor set, but the unenchanted version of it, to start my game. As a Bosmer. I will go over character creation with him. I'm still putting together a mod list. If you guys recognize some pieces of gear, it looks very similar to the Hunter armor from Immersive Armors. Sans the furs and obviously the head wrap. whatever it's called. I think what do they call it in here? Captain's bandana, right? But even this, I mean, is that looks pretty good, right? The boots obviously look pretty sweet. They have a muffle enchantment on them. The gloves have a double sneak attack with one-handed weapons, and then the armor is price is 12% better damage. So this is pretty similar to Cicero's. Bows are 20% more damage, But I won't be taking the enchanted version. I'll be taking the unenchanted version. The bow that I did, and I can't pronounce the name of this either. Scotia tail longbow. This is the longbow, right? It's a beautiful design. Look at that, right? And then I also did the short bow, which is almost like a black and silver, black and ivory almost. That's the short bow version of it. And you can see there's a 4-point difference, and there's a 3-pound weight difference. The value is the same. So now I want to check the new one, and I want to make sure that I did it right. So let's go to Add Item Menu, Search, and I'll just go to Contractor Armor, ESP. Okay. So you can see here's the new Contractor Armor, right? And you get unenchanted and enchanted versions of this. Plus you get the Contractor Armor set chest key. So if I want the unenchanted boots, the gloves, the hood, hooded mask, right? The long cuirass, just the mask itself, and then the short cuirass. And then of course you have the enchanted stuff. Silence is gold, dead men tell no tales. Speech of time, silence is of eternity. This is the Night Lurker Contractor. So let's just take it all, right?
Stand aside, Outlander.
And I don't think there was anything else. So let's take a look to see. I just want to make sure it works. So contractor boots, gloves, hood. Okay. Let's take the short cuirass and the hood. Okay. And there's his contractor armor. That's the short cuirass. Let's take a look at the long cuirass. That's the one everybody probably wants right there, right? Even on a Bosmer, that looks pretty nice. Eh? No? No, nothing special. You want the hooded mask? There's your hooded mask. Of course his ears stick out for a Bosmer. I can't fix that, I'm sorry. It's beyond my capabilities. I can make his ears shorter in race menu, that's probably it. Just the mask itself, if you were so inclined. And copper amber circlet, which counts as jewelry. Can I wear this with the hood? Nah, but I can if I use circlets under hoods, right? And then of course the Night Lurker stuff, the boots, the gloves, the hood, and the long cuirass. And let's give him the masked one, just because I think that's neat.
If you need a ride back to
Let's see if that gives us a special power or two. Sneaking is 30% better. Health regenerates 30% faster. I shouldn't have these other boots on, I don't think. Do I? No, I don't. Okay.
Ciao.
So yeah.
The only way off this rock.
Now, if I want to give myself say add item menu. Let's go to the weapons. We'll just take those arrows again. Just so I have a couple extra arrows. It does, right? Doesn't it look good? And that's an LE mod. People have been asking them to port it over to SE for ages. It took me all of 4 minutes to really do it. It's really not that hard. Obviously, it would take a little bit longer because then you have to upload it to the Nexus site, make a page for it, or you can send the file to the original mod author, and what they can do is on their page, they can just duplicate the LE page and update the file so that they don't have to go through the process of filling out a description, putting the new pictures in. It'll literally copy everything from your LE page to a brand new SE page, and all you do is add the files. That's it. So we're also going to check something else out. I'm going to F5 right here. Let me go back into my other gear. Captain stuff. Alright. Because this is the stuff I'm going to be wearing. Let's do this. Let us go to Skyrim. And I can see my yeah, Loki's got the hold on, let me just shut this down a sec. There we go. Looks pretty nice, doesn't it? So as long as you're, again, I have to say this again, as long as you're using it for your own personal game, you're okay. Do not, you know, don't put this up on BethesdaNet or Nexus. If people are asking for it. Okay. Own personal games, yes. So I have TMM open. I want to check. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Let's do this. Okay. Now let's try it. Oh, should be down here somewhere. So that's the destroyed shack. So I'm trying to find where. There's a player home. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, that's, yeah. Oh yeah, add item menu. Put that in your load order. Never let it leave. It is so handy. I used to do the old help, you know, or what is it? Um, help whatever, in quotes, whatever the name of the item you think it is, and then try to find like its reference in there. Add item menu, so much easier. If it doesn't have an ESP, then you know you have to do it the other way. But let me just. I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna alt tab out of this for 1 second because I want to check. Data, not the contractor armor. Mods. Where is it? Begins with an E. So I also did the Bosmer-inspired treehouse. This was the big one. Oh, it's up by Morthal. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Brunch. Misbehaving. I saw that. Alright, so it's up by Morthal. There it is. So let's go to Talking Stone Camp. I want to see the new player home. I hope it came out okay. I think I did. It took me a while to do this one. So let me just put a marker on the map. It should be right in front of me, but you don't know. You never know. And I'll TGM for the hell of it, right? I don't have very many mods. I don't even have 100 mods loaded. Probably gonna aggro these guys. Ooh, let's aggro these guys. It's got a long draw time, so prepare yourself for that. My game has no LODs. It's got, I have, you know, I have one texture pack. That's it. That's all I have loaded. I have one texture pack in the landscape. Oh, they're coming after me. I want that arrow. I don't want them near my home, that's the problem. I don't know where they'll go off and they'll fight the giants. Oh, they're running away with that. Nope. Okay, screw them.
Must have scared them off.
Oh, you're the mad woman, huh? Yeah, we don't like you either.
Never should have come here.
You see the draw time, but it does hella damage. So there's my new player home. And I'm gonna have to include it in the LODs because I think it looks damn good. I like the bow sound too, don't you? I think it's nice. The bow strudel it's an LE bow. I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. Scotia tail. There's a long bow, which looks like this. Right? Now this is an LE mod on my SC game. And there's the Scotia tail short bow, which is basically black and I want to say silver or ivory. This one is a short bow, so it's got a little bit less damage. The value is still 2,500 for both of them. But this also weighs 3 pounds less. This weighs 5 pounds, whereas my longbow that I have equipped is 8 pounds. And you can see the damage is 26 for the longbow, 22 for the short bow. And you have arrows, and then you have black arrows. The arrows do 18, the black arrows do 20. Should probably put them on. If I equip the short bow, let's see here. Let's favorite that. 2. There's the short bow. You can see. You see the size difference, right? Long bow, short bow. Short bow has a much faster draw speed. Right? Not bad, right? So let's... And I went to Majestic Mountains. So that's what you're looking at, Majestic. And there's my new player home. Fingers crossed, guys. I'm nervous about this one. Looks like I can use the workbench. All right. And the barrels work. Yep. Okay. Search bones and remains. Nothing in there. Search ingots. Nothing in there. Search pelts and hides. That's empty. Raw materials. Anything? They all have custom sounds. Smelter. Should have... Let's see. It's a nice area here. Chicken's nest, so you have some poultry, some targets. Get a little sitting area. I don't have landscape fixes on either. Hold on, let me settings. We'll turn the master music down just a tiny bit because you guys don't really need to be bombarded with that stuff. So woodcutter's axe, you have a chopping block, elven decor. It's Bosmer inspired. And then of course you have to have goats. Fecking goats, right? An apiary, some death bells, basic, oh, now here's the thing too, hold on. Go over here and show you. So, thistle. So you'll have alchemy components here. Right, nice little garden. There's the grotto. Right? Your tomatoes. I think, yeah, you can harvest tomato plants. Carrots. Right? Gourds. The only thing I don't like is, and leeks. The leeks are back there. And your potato plants. Okay. Yeah, I have to get landscape fixes in there. So here's your view from this side. It's pretty nice. It's not bad. I have to add a rugs mod. I don't have one. So here's the upper layer. You can harvest these as well. You can water them. Some statics. Armchair. You can sit in an armchair. Yeah, the poison plant for the poison arrows? Yep, yeah I do. Right? Not bad, huh? Obviously I have to run the lods. I haven't run my lods yet, but that's a nice view. Go inside. I haven't seen the inside of this. So this will be with my new character. This will be his home. Right? It's a little dark. I'm okay with this. Drawers. Everything's empty. I have to figure out what storage is. I haven't looked at that yet, but you know, bookshelf. Absorb 50 points of stamina. Target is 50% weaker to poison. There's your special dagger. I am not going to take that. Hunter's arrows. So here's your arrow crafting station. Notes on arrow crafting. Well, we'll get into this once the play starts. I don't want to be giving too much away, but I did want you guys to see what I'll be doing here. You could all thank Eleonora for the mod. It is her mod. Sadly, it's on Ellie only, but I did a conversion for my personal playthrough. I looked at the mod. I know I showed Wind earlier. When I looked at this, my jaw dropped, and I know she said the same thing too. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to adjust some of the lighting in here. Just a tad, not a lot. I will probably run realistic lighting overhaul. Maybe. It's obviously going to be between that and ELFX. This is not going to be a TPOS2 setup. It is going to probably be JK's and Dawn of Skyrim. But I have one texture pack that's covering my entire game. And I'm leaving it at that because it looks that damn good. For those of you who were around when I was testing it earlier, you know exactly what that is. If you weren't, I will show you some things. The Paragons, Initiate's Viewer, has a place, so particular things. Staff of Ellie's Wrath. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. That's awesome. I mean, not really, but you know. Search clothing. I don't know if there's anything in here. I think I have to. Unique weapons. Same thing with armors. Bows. Arrows and bolts. Right? That should be weapons back there, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so like the hitboxes are, and once I have quick light too, I think is gonna make all the difference. Unique items, obviously. There's the bacon, some claws. Right. I love it. It's a beautiful home. It's a small hitbox to sleep in the bed though, you know, but it is what it is. Search staves. Enchanting potions, scrolls, empty drawers, disenchanting font, Oriel's bow, Zephyr, soul gem shards, soul gem chest, small chest, arcane enchant. I mean, look at her design for the enchanter. Right? Scroll, I think we did that. Alchemy lab is here. And like I said, yeah, the arrow crafting station. Search poisons. Recipes for arrow crafting, so you can see where it's at. Okay. Like I said, we'll leave spiky grass. We'll leave a lot of that alone. Bookshelf. Did we go over here? No, so you have a little nook. Right. Search drinks. Baking supplies. Cook pot. Everything's functional. I will be using complete crafting overhaul and complete alchemy. Both of them. This character will do crafting. So while you guys have probably been used to seeing me use honed metal, I will have it loaded. This character will actually craft. So I haven't decided if this armor set that he's wearing will be his default armor or if it will eventually be, you know, an upgraded version. What I'm planning on doing is a green pack Bosmer But I'm going to twist the lore a little bit because, well, you'll see. He's not going to be 100% to the Green Pact lore, but not in the ways of picking flowers and things. He will still not pick flowers or harm vegetation in any way, and he will follow the meat mandate. But aside from that, anything is fair game at that point. I'm trying to think of what else. Is there anything else? Oh, we didn't check the grotto. Let's go back outside. Did we go all the way around? I think we did. Ah, or the hut. I haven't been over this side either. Okay. So apparently there's a hut. Let's go in the hut. You could buy poisons, to which I may run Sky Toxin. I don't know yet. I would assume this would be for a follower or a spouse. I believe follower. It's a small room. But I mean, how awesome is that, right? She does such amazing work. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, you're just sitting in your armchair, staring at lens flare. Rhymes. Where are we going? The grotto? Okay. Let's see what's in the grotto here. Interesting. Ancient Blessed Bow for follower of Kinrith. Deals minor poison damage. Galadriel. Hunter's Arrows. Fungal Poison. Poison Fungus. Shrine of Kinrith. Interesting. Oh, that is a nice bow. Look at that. I may have to move the model up slightly. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, just leave it alone. Nice find, huh? I'm sure you'll find the recipe. This is probably where the fungal pods are. Mysterious water heals you and cures your disease. Is there anything down here? Huh. Well, she did a good job with that. So that's the grotto. Let's see what's over here. Looks like poison blown. Or not. Unless I triggered it by accident. I probably did. That would have been another one. So yeah, so I'm completely happy with this. Every single one of them came out fine. Now, I won't be using the contractor armor for this character. I just wanted to show the process of how to go about it. If you want to convert mods. If you guys have any questions on it, I've done it 1, 2, 3. I've done it 4 times between really early this morning and just now. The home mod was the most challenging because it was literally Um, God, I can't tell you how many files. It was a ton. It was an absolute ton of files. Let me just put short bow. Well, this one does poison damage. You know what? So let's keep that on. We'll favorite it. Yeah, we'll keep the hunter's bow. Yeah, we'll keep this on in case we run into any baddies. I'm going to, let's see if I can even get a nice shot at here. Yeah, you got target practice and all that other fun stuff. I'll have to remember that it's there. Just wanted to show you guys Whiterun real quick to show you that I'm only using one texture pack for this, and I'll show you what it covers real quick. And then after that I'll obviously force the weather.
The gourmet is hiding out somewhere in Skyrim. You know, fellow who wrote the cookbook.
I have one weather mod, that's all I have. Literally. And of course, an EMB. So let's go to daytime. Let's wait a couple hours. Alright, so this is what, 4 AM? Nope, put it away. 5 AM. 6 AM. Okay, 6 AM is good enough. And I can't pronounce his name either. Fusher? It's all of his... Well, I shouldn't say one pack. It's one pack on my mod list. It's the 2018, 19, and 20. Merged together. I merged them all. And the updates. And the add-ons. And yes, I do have the nicer looking cobblestones. I prefer these, and I'll show you why. Let's wait till 8 AM. Okay. Now let's just force the weather to make sure it's good. Which it should be. Okay.
Thinking of settling in?
It covers everything in the game.
Breeze home.
I am overriding Solstheim and Dawnguard with other textures because I like them. But
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial
look at the
soldiers.
cobblestones. This is base,
Can't fill an order that size
right?
on my own.
The
Might
woodwork.
respond.
I'm not even adding farmhouse
Right.
wood or anything else,
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak.
right?
Besides,
I'll probably add a
I
sign
never
mod, but you
instill
don't need it.
full
It comes with one,
Have it your way. I'll take the job.
right?
Don't expect a miracle.
His texture pack does plants and flora. You could tell that they're a little bit different than the normal Blue Mountain flowers. Now they're not as nice as like, you know, Renthal's, like Eek's Renthal collection, but you want to save yourself a good amount of space and still have, you know, I haven't budged off of, like, my FPS on this is set to 59. I haven't budged. His 2017 pack is no longer available. So merge the 2018, 2019, 2020. And then he's all going to have it in one pack. It's around 8 gigabytes, 8.5 gigabytes for everything. But I have it as one mod. So one mod's literally covering my entire game. It includes dungeons, it includes forts, it includes farmhouse. It's got flora. The only thing I don't have, it does trees, but I'm gonna do math. I'm doing Matthew's 3D trees again. Finally, I'm able to do the trees. And mountains are majestic, dark side. And you can see the stonework. Very Nordic themed. I'll show you something else that I didn't realize until right now. I don't have any water mods or anything. And I think we were checking this out before when we were looking. So look at the carvings on Gorvaskr. How much more pronounced they are. I'll go to the backside where there's light. Right? If you get up close, I mean, that's really deep. And then, you know, the windows. The windows still need Gamwich's touch. We still need rustic windows, I think, but... like, look at all the carvings. Right? And then look at... Wait. Like, look at the quality of the food. If I go... the breads... Right? I'm saving myself roughly, I calculated this out, it's nearly 80 gigabytes of space. Now, I did add in stunning statues, I added in Ren shrines. I left it alone after that. Yeah, his work is damn good. With this play, and obviously with Majestic Mountains, you'll see a little bit of a, well, two textures meeting, but they're supposed to. That's normal. And then obviously there's the dirt path. I probably could have chosen the normal mountains and it would have looked a little bit better, but I like to contrast things. Right? You can see a High Hrothgar all the way up there. I haven't touched High Hrothgar yet, I'm not going to. The LODs obviously aren't done, that's why everything outside looks like shit. Everything inside looks pretty damn good. And I have Legacy, so I mean... There's my book covers. That is the Oblivion skill-up sound you heard. If you recognize that sound, you should. Right? Go in the temple. The best part about this, aside from the 60 FPS, is loading screens are not nearly what they are. And this is with EMB. Look at this. Look at the floor. And I just wanted to try something different. Like this. Look at this.
So sick.
Right. And then you see the carvings. Everything, it just flows. This is the best I've ever seen it. I was a big Noble bandwagon person for a long time. I thought it was, you know, the be-all end-all. I have no lighting. I have no anything. I am so impressed with this. I do have to get the rustic animated potions though. I need my animated potions. Obviously, Ren shrines, right?
My body burns.
Like the bread, right?
Give me your money.
I don't have any money.
You better give me 5 septims right now or I'm gonna bloody your nose.
No, please. I really don't have any money.
I gotta fix this guy up, but he looks pretty damn cool.
Tomorrow. Just don't hit me.
10 septims tomorrow, I'm gonna bloody your nose.
So I don't have any other city mods, anything like that on.
Aren't they? I always set some
Well met,
aside.
traveler.
John, you're not leaning against your post there, buddy.
I'm sure you
We'll
can
get him
get
fixed
some
up, don't worry.
still sell them all within a week.
Where's Amra?
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
Nope, won't suit me. I do too. Like I said, it's saving me so much space and just...
Do you get to the Cloud District very often?
punch him right in
What
the
am I
dick.
saying? Of course you don't.
So obviously, you know, take the laws with a grain of salt. I might just go for the regular majestic mounts, to be honest. I think the dark side actually clash a little
You
too
see
much.
those warriors from Hammerfell? They've got curved swords.
I mean, they look great, but no. Let's see if I can replicate what I saw the other day. Yesterday. Did I get a level up? No. I don't have Imperious or anything else loaded, so... Fungal Poison. Damages target's health by 50 points. Not to mention the poison damage that this is going to do. I have no grass mod, I have nothing else. Got him. Oh, you dick. Come on. Don't like the poison, eh? Can only imagine the longbow. Dick. I really need TK dodge. Yeah, he'll basically be a combat archer. Obviously I have God mode on, so it's kind of an unfair advantage. I know. You're just gonna keep getting shot, big boy. Not gonna matter in a minute. Okay. So this is where I was taking my pictures before. They're just kind of hanging out here. I'm curious to see what it'll look like. Like I said, I may change from dark majestic to standard. I may not even add Obsidian Mountain Fog. I don't know. I'm half on it. Totally overcast. Let's see. There it is. We'll have to add some moon textures on and everything like that, so. Yeah. Yeah, 100% different look. I'm in love with this. I'm absolutely in love with it. It's gonna be hard for me not to pick the flowers and things like that, but, you know, what can you do? We'll have to remember that he's He'll be a cannibal. Um, he'll abide by the meat mandate. So we're gonna throw Hunterborn in. Okay, so like I said, you guys are gonna see me skinning pelts, and that's why I'm thinking I may not start him with even the standard bits of this gear. I may just have him in basic leather or basic furs, something like that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, um, I don't think there was anything else really that I was gonna show aside from the home, and I only showed the home just because I was, you know, hoping it came out okay. I had my fingers crossed. I was nervous about doing it. But I guess it did. I have all the map markers unlocked. Obviously, he's a test character. He's not even the actual character. He's just a test dummy for me. So, um, I haven't had anything else in. Um, we'll have to see. I'm looking for uh, Bosmer themed quests or stuff with like the Almeri Dominion. I know the Second Great War was one that was brought up. I'm definitely looking at that one. And the one where that lets you join the Almeri Dominion. Uh, as a Bosmer, Khajiit, and Altmer. They're the only three that it applies to, so. But there's others too. I obviously have Legacy installed and some other things. And, we'll be doing Live Another Life, but the New Beginnings mod. So, where he starts, he could be an alchemist in the wild, he could be a pilgrim to a shrine. I think that's the start that I used here. So we'll have to see. But yeah, that's let's remove that. Let me get a save in here just because I do have more testing to do. I'll save over this. And I do have to go in and tweak the ini files. If you come back out and you check to see, and I'll show you guys what I'm. Just throw the game capture off here. My ini editor. Okay. All right. So grass. Let me tweak my grass and I'll show you because I had it saved. Downloads. It should be ini save text. Okay. We're gonna do this. Actually, you know what? No, I have to keep this. Let me delete this. 1, 2, 3. All right, 4. Yeah, we're good. I have to run my LODs first. So no, we're not gonna save that. Okay. Um. Yeah, that's it, guys. I just wanted to show you that. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Um, if you decide you want to start doing conversions, I'm not the most experienced with it, but I feel like I've done it enough to know exactly the process, and I can get you guys through it if you need me. Um, Mel, you'll be able to play again when you set up your loader. That is the answer to that question. I didn't think you liked to play. I thought you just kind of like to build stuff and like make the game look nice. Thanks. See you later. Have a good night, bud. Thank you for stopping by. I know it's a huge time difference here for you. Well, there's an option here too. Um, with new beginnings. So you can see on the bottom here, alternate start, live another life is Arthmore's. New beginnings is the one that I ported over to console. If you check, it's on SC. It's probably on LE too, but it gives you 14 new starts in addition to the ones that Arthmore's already does. So you can come here and read it. It's mod number 4939 on SSE. Addict in the Skooma Den, Adventure at Dwemer Ruin. Sorry, yawning. Did not sleep last night. So, there's 14 starts, but some of the starts have multiple options, so there's more than 14 technically. Like I'm a beggar. Well, you could spawn in either Riften's Beggar Row or Markarth Warrens. It's up to chance. What's another one? A pilgrim to a sacred shrine. Okay, so that's one start, but then you get to choose spawn at Azura's Shrine, the Sakelum of Boethia, Shrine of Mehrunes Dagon, Elder Galeem's Sanctuary, Statue of Meridia, Perrier, Stendar's Beacon, that's the one I chose for this guy, Hall of the Vigilant with the appropriate equipment, and you get to choose. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slain by a vampire, laid to rest. You get to spawn in the Hall of the Dead or graveyard of your choice with your grave goods for equipment. So you got tons of options with this mod. Tons of options. I highly recommend. Now, it's not compatible with TPOS2 per Nesbit, but the only ones that we came up with that we could see being an issue are the ones by the checkpoints, like the borders, and possibly the temples. But we'll have to see. So I'm yawning. I need to take a nap. I also need food. So I'm gonna do that in one of the two orders. I'm not sure which. So like I said, this was just kind of a quick let's go over like what's going on. Um, yeah, the indie saves, I'm gonna keep that for later. Um, we'll keep this up for now. But I wanted to say thanks, guys. So if you decide you want to do, like I said, if you want to do conversions, um, reach out to me. I know there's more people than myself that have done them. It's just that I could live stream them. I'm sure other people can too, but I have more access to doing it. And sometimes, like I said, sometimes it's easier if you can kind of follow along. You could stop me at any time. We could pick out mods. I have enough free time right now where I can sit down and just, I guess, help guide. And if I don't know, I'll ask questions and I'll help you guys out as best I can. So you're welcome, Win. Absolutely welcome. Strudel, you're welcome. I'm happy to do it. The house mod's amazing. I'm gonna reach out to Eleonora to see if she'll allow me to put it on Nexus. I highly doubt she'll let me do it to BNet because she is part of the Creation Club team. So she's already putting stuff on Bethesda. Well, she's Creation Club content. So I think BethesdaNet would be out, but Nexus SE, unless she does it herself, or she straight up tells me no, I mean, they're pretty much the options. But I will reach out to her to see if I could upload it on her behalf for special edition, which would make it easy. You guys saw it working. You saw I had converted everything. You didn't see me do the process, but you saw me do it with the contractor's armor. So I know I did it right. You guys know I did it right. Yeah, she's part of the CC team. Um, from what I heard, Enai was trying to get on that, and they denied him. I don't know why they would deny somebody of his talent. I don't know what it pays. Um, somebody calculated the payment per mod, or per like how many times the mod is purchased. I guess that calculates it, but I think it's the type of mods, right? Like, um, she's more known for her player homes, aesthetics, things of that nature, whereas he's more of an immersion person. And the stuff that sells is basically weapons, armor, and house mods. Now they do implement a couple quests in there, but they're not all that great. Um, and even the person that came up with the mud crab follower, the armored mud crab or whatever it is, they're still making money off that. So I guess it goes off downloads, and people are still paying for it. So kind of can't blame them. But at the same time, there's free mods that are better. But I will, like I said, I will reach out to her to see if um, maybe she'll do it herself. But I doubt it from what I read from her page. Um, Not that the mod's abandoned, but it's just she's got other things going on. So who knows? She may not even reply to my message. She doesn't know me, so we'll have to see. So that's it. I'm out. I'm gonna try and grab something to eat, and then I'm gonna lay down for a couple hours, and because I didn't go to sleep at all last night, I'm almost up 24 hours at this point. So thank you guys. I want to say thank you again. Um, I'll see you in Discord briefly, and then I will be out for a couple hours. Have a good one. Bye.